she like turns a purple light on in the background and just has like the sleepiest like voice ever. So I'm trying to recreate that because everyone wants to watch that. Everyone wants to watch. See, I'm getting ahead of myself already. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. I wanna get to read more classic books, so that's why I picked this one up. And this cover is just so cute, like darling. And it has decorations on the side, and it has a ribbon to mark your page. So, all in all, a good one to add to your collection. It also has Through the Looking Glass. So, I do like the cloth bound style. I keep wanting to tap, but I feel like the gain's up too high. Of books. It makes it feel like they will last longer, and I like this better than the paper like cover on it. I would much rather have the design on the cover than the dust jacket or whatever that's called, because I feel like it just gets in the way. So that book, I would recommend reading it, but it is a very childish book, of course, because Alice is a child. So don't expect any grown-up themes. There might be some. I am planning to watch like videos and read more on the book after I read it, so I can understand it better, because there has to be some deeper meaning. But there is an index in the back of the book that explains some of the things and the references that were made within the text. And I will say it references a lot of old poems and rhymes that children learned in school. So a child, or like anybody reading this book during when it was written, would get the references and understand that they are not quite as they are. Like they don't exist in the same way in the book. So it's very much an unserious book. It speaks to dreams, and it exemplifies how weird your dreams can be. Like nothing makes sense, and you don't know why until you wake up. And that's pretty much it. It also like shows that children have very active imaginations, and that is a very normal thing. In my opinion, that's what the book is kind of about, and that's why it was written, just because this, I don't know, I'll have to read up on it, but that's what I got from the book. I'm sure it's pretty much all just references and puns. Like the Mad Hatter and the March Hare are both like sayings like mad as a March Hare or mad as a Hatter. That's why those characters exist, and why they are mad is because that's how the saying goes. So maybe I'm not reading into it as much as I should be, but that's that book. But like I said, I want to read more classics, I think of giant house, more cars than you need. I think of, I don't know, expensive stuff that they're like designer stuff, and we don't have that. So I would say upper middle class, because we don't have to worry about money, just that we shouldn't be spending a lot. Like, we have 4 kids, so we spend a lot of money, but that we don't spend too much. That is like above, I don't know, I feel like I'm being kind of vague, but I don't want to be specific about how much money my parents make. Like, my mom is a teacher and my dad is an engineer, if that puts anything into perspective. Because, and I do know a lot of people whose parents are like lawyers and real estate agents. Like, you know, that's rich. Like, they are richer than us. But some people are really good at saving money. Some people, I don't know, maybe had a trust fund. Some people maybe won the lottery, or they had a lawsuit that they got money from. You never know how people get their money. Or maybe they have a bunch of credit card debt or student loans, and that's why they appear to make less money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter to me, but I'm just saying, like, you never know. And it's not anybody's business how much anybody else is making, nor should they care. It's just, like, it's arbitrary. So, that's something that I think about a lot. And that was a weird ramble that just happened. But speaking of money, I feel it's a little bit about money. My stomach is growling, but I'm not gonna cut anything out, so you can look at my word. I feel like I'm talking really fast again, and I don't want to. This lighting also makes my eyebrows look super duper dark. They are. My hair, it's odd because my hair is not that dark. It looks like it in this lighting. You can kind of tell, like, it's blonder at the ends. I have a claw clip in. I didn't cut my hair or anything, I just have a claw clip. You probably can't see it. I just also exposed my side profile. Can you tell I'm getting a little antsy? I guess I can talk about it in another video, but I'm feeling very secure in what I'm doing and what my boyfriend is doing, because fingers crossed, we get married. I mean, that's the point, right? So, in the future, like, that's the person that I'm going to have to be sharing my finances with, like, oh, like, I only have $20 a month to spend on fast food. He loves food, and so do I. So that's the kind of thing that we like having, spending money. So in my case, I can't think of doing anything else besides engineering, like as a job. Like, I can't imagine, because it's not physical labor, and it's construction. I've talked about this before probably, but I'm interested in infrastructure, oddly. I like construction. It's a mixture of everything. It's physics, it's chemistry, it's geology. You use math, you use problem solving, and it's not the same every day. So that's why I chose engineering, because it changes up, and I feel like I'm putting my talents, my skills to good use. But my boyfriend didn't exactly have that. I can't imagine doing anything else. He more had this, like, I want to work in this general area, but I don't. In school, he's good at school, but math is not his strong suit, and he wanted to work with computers, so it just, like, wasn't working out. So he decided that he wanted to be an electrician, or wants to be an electrician, and I really respect that. And not that I want a blue-collar husband, like, that I care about that. I would be fine with having a blue-collar husband. I don't. That doesn't matter. But that, to me, is a more interesting job than, like, a desk job, which is what working with, like, cybersecurity would do for you. I feel like you would be working in IT, or you would be working